to You Got Mail, the manliest podcast on the internet.
Yeah, that was great.
That was really good, man.
That sent chills down my spine.
You don't have to lie to my face.
No, I don't know. I just don't know how much I'd pay to wash my own dog. If I'm gonna wash my own dog, I'll just do it at home. I don't need to take him to a place to wash my own dog.
I'm just gonna wash my own dog. I'll bathe with my dog.
All right. Welcome to
wash my cock.
Welcome to You Got Mail. This is the manliest podcast on the internet.
1, 2, buckle my shoe.
And you're kicking back with Keegan, Norman, Zach.
That's us.
Yeah.
Going down for some key jingle ASMR.
Yeah, go ahead. That's good.
Okay.
Well, hold it by a different key. Give me one more.
Okay. Hold on.
Hold it by the
Jeep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for. Yeah, that's good. All right.
This is the start of our Christmas episode.
Is it?
Nope.
Oh. Is that next week or the week after?
Dude, I don't even know. We're not even near Christmas, are we? If
Yeah,
we are,
we
I'm
are.
fucked, dude.
It's December, dude. We are close to Christmas.
December 5th.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Christmas Day is technically like 2 weeks and a couple days.
Yeah, 20 days away. So,
Dude, I leave for Japan in like 5 weeks.
That's sick.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
no.
6 weeks, yeah.
You're
just
going
like
when?
The 15th.
Damn.
It's like a month and a half.
Yeah.
6 weeks. Oh, God, I'm not ready. I have no money.
You're
I'm
fine.
just a baby. I don't have any money.
You already spent the money on the important stuff. So
yeah.
Now you just
I
need
mean,
the
I
pocket change.
can pay them in blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do Japanese people use money?
Barely, apparently.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
your money carries a lot,
the more like
actually.
Instagram reels and TikToks I see of Japan, it's like all you can eat sushi for $6. And I'm like, bro, what?
I'm rich.
Dude, there's this place that I got like a travel, like someone traveled to Japan and posted it, that like as long as you show up before 7, from like 3 to 7 at this bar restaurant in Tokyo, it's all you can drink cocktails for $3.30.
What?
No time limit.
What?
Wow.
So I don't know. Another thing you guys might not, like people in Japan go like get hammered.
Yeah, there's like a district
They just
for it.
pass out on the street.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of people.
And then the cops come like wake them up the next day or something.
Like a
They're
bunch
"Hey,
of people.
sweetie."
Yeah, so they go hard. But yeah, for $3.30, I will gladly
I'll black
drink.
out on
yeah, for
$3.30.
sure,
What?
dude.
That's like when we used to go to Nickel Beer Night.
I like looked into it more and I'm like, there's no way this is real, but I'm gonna have to. There's an app me and Chris have to download called Table Log, which is like the Yelp of Japan, basically, and it's what all Japanese people use to like pick.
Table Dog.
Yeah, they use that to pick their food spots,
Yeah.
and that'll have more information on like pricing and like what places actually offer. So,
Table Dog.
but yeah, dude. Enough about that. We talked about Japan all last episode. So, yeah. What are we drinking,
I
Keegan?
mean, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
more.
until I leave, and then when I get back, probably.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah. What are we drinking though, buddy?
So it was my week, and I forgot until the last minute. Pow pow.
As most of us do.
As we usually do. And so I ran to the liquor store, as I usually do. And I didn't want to drink too much because we're going out for drinks after this, actually, but we'll get to that. But I got this beautiful bourbon called 2 Bitch. 1
It
bitch,
has
2
two
bitch, red
dogs
bitch.
on it.
Yeah, you bitch. And it's got 2 dogs on it. It's called Eureka Gold, but they call it that because it's from Eureka, Nevada, which is like 5 hours north of Vegas.
Yeah.
I've been there. Well, I've driven through it.
It could be to the south of Vegas for all I know.
What's the capital of Vegas again?
The capital
Reno.
of Vegas?
Or of Nevada? Sorry, I'm so dumb.
Carson City.
Oh yeah.
Like, has anyone ever been?
No.
Does anyone care?
No. It's full of meth heads. That's where all the meth heads go.
Yeah. Why is that our capital?
Sounds like I should have been there by now.
It's also
Zach used to be locked up in Carson City.
Yeah,
Hey
dude.
man, the capital of the United States, Washington D.C., also full of meth heads. So,
Yeah.
DC.
Washington D.C. is in Maryland, right?
no, it's its own province, but it's
in Maryland.
I believe it's Virginia.
It's Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like they took a piece of Virginia off, and they were like, "This is Washington D.C.
Okay.
now." So this 2-bitch, it comes from Nevada. So I don't really have too high of hopes for it because I
Hate
typically,
Nevadans.
yeah, I mean, I just typically don't like Nevada bourbon.
I was curious to see if I Googled 2-bitch if it would beat out other things on the internet, and it does.
Yeah, it straight up
Yeah,
says.
so good for them, you know?
Who are the 2 bitches? Meet Scarlett and Sage at 2bitchspirits.com.
Nice.
So feel free to check out that website if you'd like. This is, what does it say? Oh, this was bottled in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it aged for at least 2 years, but I believe it's actually a mix of mostly 4 to 5 year aged bourbon. But in order to be considered a straight bourbon whiskey, it has to be aged for at least 2 years. Now you know. In new charred American oak barrels. That's what it is. Yep, I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but there you go. Now you know a little bit more about bourbon. Also, something a little classy about this bottle is that the label's off center, so you know they did it by hand, which is nice. Also,
Yeah, it's actually cool when people do shit by hand. So
this
I'm cool
bottle
with it.
was like $60, which is kind of a lot for a local bourbon.
Yeah, really? I swear.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought I saw a bottle list and it was only like $35.
Maybe it was on a deal, or maybe they're doing a promotion of some sort.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
That was $60, and then I bought this one, Ron Cartavio. It's a barrel select from Liquor World, which I didn't know they did barrel selects there.
I've seen them every so often. I didn't know they did it for rum.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
So the Liquor World by my house, or
Which
by
one do you go to?
by
Rainbow?
my parents' house. Yeah, the one on Rainbow.
Okay.
They have a lot of rum. I'm guessing the guy who runs that store. Well, I'm not guessing. I've talked to him. The guy who runs that store, manages that store, is a big tiki rum guy. And I remember going in and asking him a bunch of stuff, and that's where I built up my tiki bar, basically. Anywho, this rum barrel select. It was only $15. I don't have high hopes for it, of course, because $15. But like rum's usually pretty damn good, even when it's cheap. My favorite rum. That was that lightly aged rum with the Probitas. That was only $20.
Oh, yeah, that Probitas was gas.
And it's
dude.
fantastic.
Yeah, that shit was hella good.
And when I bought this, the guy at the desk was like, honestly, dude, I really love this rum. If it wasn't this, he said it reminds him of like a Kraken, so it's going to be probably a little spice.
A little spice rum.
I'm going to guess. It just says black barrel. I know it's aged in charred barrels. Actually, it just says rum aged in barrels right there on the label.
Works for me.
And I was like, okay, say less.
Yeah.
Rum aged 10 years in intensely toasted barrels. That's all it says. Doesn't say that it's necessarily spiced, but this would work as a black rum. Anywho, let's do the 2-bitch first, and then that'll like marinate our glass with some of that oak bourbony flavors. And if we want to get into the rum, we can. But I kind of just bought that because it was a bottle of rum I haven't seen before. So,
Dude, fuck yeah, dude.
Coolio.
Pour up. So I actually, next time it's my turn, I have something I have to go look for, but I don't know how easily it's going to be able for me to find. Did you guys know A$AP Rocky put out a Canadian whiskey?
is he Canadian?
No, I don't know. He's from New York. So I'm very interested by it, and I would like to know the story behind it, like how he came to partner with the company. But I saw some dude on Instagram like try it, and he said it was pretty good. So I'm gonna look for that.
I still really want to
When it's my
try
turn next.
Sam Morrill's bourbon.
Oh yeah, Sam and Norm.
Yeah, Sam and Norm. What was it called?
It's called Bird Dog.
No.
It's called Bodega
Bodega
Cats.
Cat.
I knew it had something to do with an
Bird
animal.
Dog.
Bird Dog's the name of a pants company.
I mean, you got there though.
Yeah, I knew I just had to like cipher through podcast ads in my head until I got to one. So
All right, so cheers, boys.
cheers to the 2 bitches. That's me and Zach.
That's Zach and Norm,
and
and-
then Keegan's not a bitch.
No, I bought the whiskey, so I'm not a bitch this week. Kind of sweet.
Yeah.
That's really good for 46% though.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. I didn't even look at the proof really.
Yeah,
Yeah, 92 proof.
it doesn't burn like crazy.
It hits in the back after a second.
You know what I tried for
Back
the
shots.
nice. You know what I tried for the first time in a long time? Like I've had it before, but
Back shots.
oh, stop moving. Oh, it fell off. I had it before, but like I hadn't had it in a long time. Was Booker's. Bro, Booker's punches you in the fucking throat, though, bro. That shit, I took like a baby sip. because like it was the very end of the bottle, so I was letting Julio try it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had Booker's in a really long time. Let me try it, bro. I put some in my mouth, and it was like immediately like fire filled the back of my throat, and I was like, holy shit.
I'll be honest, this one does burn me a little bit.
This one didn't burn me too bad. Because it does have a sweet quality to it.
Yeah, it's sweet on the nose, but it burns on the finish. And
Yeah.
it's not like that usual burn. It like burns deep in my bowel. It warms me.
Yeah, it does. It made my tummy feel warm.
Yeah.
Like right now, my soft, like
here-ish.
it feels warm.
Warm.
I like
Which
it.
is nice on a cold, almost winter's eve, and it's also not that cold. It's like 58 degrees
No,
right
dude.
now.
Yeah, like what? 3 days ago, it was like 40 degrees.
It was cold.
And it
a
was
few days
really
ago.
cold. And then like the last 2 days, it's been like almost 70 again.
But like, I mean, so that's the thing about living in Vegas, right? It's dry and all that, and it is hot, but like we do get some we get some cold days here and there. Like I'd say mid-December, we probably hit low 30s a couple times, but it really doesn't get too crazy.
Yeah.
We're not like fucking Michigan. Ugh.
Yeah, I could never live somewhere like that.
Imagine
I think
being
New York was the only place I justified myself living somewhere like that, because I would make myself not have a car if I lived in New York.
Right.
So I wouldn't have to really worry about shoveling snow or
So you
doing.
live
I would
in
just
New
have
York
to.
City.
Yeah, I would just have to deal with the cold, like being that cold, because
Yeah.
I know it gets really cold in New York. But I wouldn't have to shovel snow or worry about getting my car started an hour before I go to work and shit.
Right. Or get like fucking snow chain or
Yeah,
chain tire
yeah,
chains.
exactly.
There we go. That's what I
So
was
like,
looking for.
if I could live somewhere that snowed and I could walk everywhere, then I'd be down.
Yeah.
But like other than that, I would never live somewhere that snowed.
Plus,
Never.
I would look really good in a pea coat, and everybody
Hell yeah,
in New
dude.
York
Pea coats are
wears a pea
fire,
coat. Or
dude.
is that not in fashion anymore? That seems like very
I don't know.
2007.
I think like as long as you find the right one, you can still pull off a pea coat.
Any coat can be a pea coat if you drink enough water.
That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
I can make this a pea
Pretty
coat right
funny.
now.
Thank you, Zach.
Dude, I've been getting more into fashion recently, and I kind of like it and I kind of don't, because then now I want to like spend money
On
on
clothes and
things,
stuff.
but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to spend money.
That's why I'm trying not to dip my toes into the fashion pool.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
there's so
Because
much cool shit out there.
If I started
dude.
trying to like expand my closet, I know I'd drop hella money on it, and that's just not what I need to be doing with my money.
No,
right now, you
I
know?
feel the same way.
Fuck.
I
But
need a new
like-
closet though, so fuck it.
Yeah.
But like even now, I find myself like I don't want to buy things from like H&M and stores like that anymore, where I'm like, why not just save an extra $30 and get an even nicer thing from X company I like when they do a drop or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like wait for the nice exclusive stuff rather than just buy the run of the mill. Not that there's anything wrong with wearing like shit from H&M and
Yeah,
fucking,
you can make it work.
dude. Yeah, they sell great clothes, but like now as I'm like getting older and appreciating things like that more, like
You just
fashion
want a little
stuff.
more drip.
Yeah, I just want a little bit more drip, and if I have to wait a little bit longer and spend a little bit extra money, then I'd rather do that than just
H&M?
run to the store and buy some stuff, you know?
I get like H&M, Old Navy. I just buy big old oversized hoodies. That's where I get all my like plain clothes, you know, like my undershirts. If you just want like plain red shit or like just a regular colored V-neck, that's where that's pretty much all I use it for.
Can we talk about fake designer for a second?
What do you mean by like actual fake, like dudes
Yeah.
making like shit that doesn't even look real, or you're talking about like replicas and
Like
shit?
replicas and stuff. Because like
I don't
here-
know if I fuck with replicas.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I have one of my coworkers, and he just recently spent like a bunch of money on like buying a bunch of like fucking fake Yeezys and fake like, you know, all this shit. And he like and I was like, oh, buying all this fake shit. And he looked at me and he was like, dude, I'm like 36 years old. I don't give a fuck if it's fake. I just like the way it looks. And if it saves me $800 on a pair of shoes, but I can still get the look of it. He was like, I'll look you right in your face and tell you this is fake. I don't care. And I was like, that's pretty baller attitude, actually.
No, I
was like,
mean,
but-
It's a baller attitude, but I think if I have a mentality where like if I want something, I want the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want.
yeah. So
fake
that's
shit.
my base. So like replicas over the past 5 years, especially in shoes. I know they do it for clothes too, but especially in shoes have become like a big topic of discussion. because they have started to make like really, really good looking replicas. They're literally calling them replicas now. They're not calling them fakes. They're calling them replicas.
Yeah.
But so like you can get a pair of Travis Scott Jordan 1s, like the original ones that come out that usually sell for thousands of dollars. You can buy a pair for like $150.
Yeah.
But they're replicas. They're not real. They're not made by Nike.
Yeah.
They're not made by Jordan. They're not the actual product. But they look good. But for me, kind of like the same thing Keegan says, if you genuinely like something, like you actually like it, if he's just buying it because he's like, oh, that looks cool, and I don't want to spend $5,000 on it, and he doesn't really care about the product, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Like, more power to you, go for it. And I also like the fact that he's like okay with like just being like, yeah, these are replicas, because people who like try to pass them off as real is kind of whack. Like, you're super whack if you do that. But I'm the way where like, dude, if I really like the product and like the person behind it or the story behind it or all that, I'm gonna buy the actual product. I'm not gonna waste. Because to me, that's wasting money if you buy a replica. Because I wouldn't even want to wait. I have no desire to ever put a replica shoe on my foot once in my life.
See, I knew that would be like your sort of viewpoint on it, but I just thought it was funny the like I don't give a fuck attitude about it.
No, I totally respect that too.
Because he came in.
I wish I could have that. Like, I wish I could think that way. But I respect it too.
Yeah, he came in flossing the new Yeezys, and I was like, "Damn, what are you bringing those Yeezys in here for, bro? This is a kitchen." He was like, "Oh, these are fake, dude. I don't give a fuck." And I was like, "Oh, all right." And he was like, just explained how he bought even like his wife. He bought her like a handbag and like 2 belts and all this shit that were like Louis knockoffs and shit. And I was laughing. I was like, "Yeah, all right, cool, man." But especially for his son, he has a son that's like a teenager or whatever, and he wanted like workout clothes and shit, so he bought a bunch of like knockoff like whatever
roasting that
shit.
Kid. Don't you step into my
That
gym
is the
like
problem
that.
though with buying it for your kid is other kids don't care, so your kid will get bullied.
Dude, that's kind of
Absolutely.
how,
For
that's kind of how I felt. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, oh man, I was like, I hope he's gonna sell those off as like, nah, these are real, bro. Because I was like, because if anybody in that high school finds out that they're fake,
he's getting flamed.
Yeah, he's gonna get flamed for sure. Yeah. But I was like, hey, you know what? If your son signed off on it and was like, dude, that's sick, I want some, like, go for it.
Sure.
But I was like, dude,
just
for
make sure he's prepared.
Yeah.
I was like, is great with an ice cube. Sorry, it really changed it for me.
I thought it was good without one too.
Yeah,
it's not a bad bourbon.
No, it's not bad at all. I think it's great with an ice cube.
I actually think it's kind of balanced in a way, just because it's got that, like you were saying, it's a little sweeter on the palate, which is nice, but when it goes down, it leaves a really light, warm burn in the back of my throat, just a little bit.
I think it would make a great old fashioned.
Yeah.
Or any sort of like spirit forward bourbon cocktail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to use this in like a paper plane or anything, because just use some cheap bourbon or whatever you got, because that just gets hidden anyways. But if you're going to do a spirit forward cocktail, pretty good stuff. 2 bitch bourbon. Pretty good.
Pretty good stuff.
Pretty good stuff. You heard it here first at the You Got Mail podcast.
Hey, so still talking about fashion.
Yeah,
I don't know how big. I know Zach somewhat probably appreciates fashion. I know you just like buy whatever the fuck you like. You're like, that's cool. It's mine now.
Yeah.
Do you like? Is there any specific brands that you like? You're like, oh, I love that brand. I love the thing they do. Or
I like
maybe
the Change brand.
Change.
CHNGE. It's where I got my Women Don't Know You Shit shirt.
Okay.
I like that brand because they donate a lot of their proceedings. All their materials are ethically sourced, and it's a high quality, and there's like a whole mission statement behind it. But I like that brand because of what they represent and also the quality of their clothes. But everything else, I'm just like, this has a certain
like. Have you ever seen a designer thing that you're like, oh, that's cool, or like a streetwear thing, like a Supreme or a Bape or like a Louis or a YSL, where you're like, oh, that's hella dope? Or are you just like, nah, that's not for me?
It's not really for me.
Yeah.
But like, if it looks cool and it has a brand name attached to it, I'm not
opposed to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
but you're just not like, you're like, oh, I love YSL things.
Right.
I just don't buy them.
Like when we went to LA, I spent like $130 on that one Huff sweater. And
That sweater's hard.
Yeah, and
Huff's been doing really cool collabs too.
honestly, the shirt's Huff too, so
Yeah.
maybe I like Huff, but they're not
Huff's
designer or anything.
No,
just,
but
like,
they're
cool
streetwear style
Yeah.
for sure. They're a skateboarding company that does a bunch of cool collabs and shit. So
So
they're definitely streetwear.
I just like what I like, and I don't care too much about brand name or anything like that. But I have just expensive taste naturally. So when I see something and I like it, and then I go look at the price tag, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
of course
like
it's the
I
thing
feel like you would like Moncler coats.
I don't know. Yeah, let me Google it.
Moncler makes a bunch of like winter stuff.
I love fall fashion,
but they're
winter
super
fashion.
high. They're super high end. They're like on the same plane as like Louis, but like Moncler's like known for winter puffy stuff or just like really nice. They make very nice fabric for like for outside. They make some more tamed ones than like the bright shiny
Right,
leather.
I'm more of the matte.
They
muted guy,
make
but-
more tamed ones, but they make a bunch of nice outdoorsy clothes.
But I also like,
They might
like
like-
a bright red or something.
like
I like
I've
a
seen,
lot of color.
they have a flannel line that I saw once, and I could see you in like one of their flannels. And I was like,
Yeah.
that'd be sick.
I really like what is it? I two things come to mind.
No, you're getting there.
Two brands come to mind. In all honesty, I really fuck with Lululemon. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Lululemon's definitely bougie for sure,
They make
but
stuff for guys.
Yeah, dude.
they make a lot of
dude,
high quality stuff.
and
For
you know
guys. I have
what's
one
sick,
pair of
bro?
their workout shorts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have a pair of their workout shorts. Mano bought me a
How
pair
much are
of
their
their
shorts?
anti-ball
They're like
crushers. They're like
80 to
yeah.
90 bucks.
Yeah, something.
They have
It's-
pants
they're,
for.
They're honestly they're more so
Like a $1.20?
like a median price to me. Like
Yeah.
they are more expensive than
Yeah.
standard workout gear that you would get from like Under Armour and Nike and stuff.
For
But-
workout gear, that's high end.
But
I
yeah,
think.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean Nike. You're
But for
probably paying
casual wear,
like,
like 90, yeah,
55 to 60 bucks for a pair of dry fit shorts.
Yeah.
Where so you're paying an extra 30 bucks
Yeah.
at Lululemon.
But I went there last night just because we were in downtown Summerlin and Mano wanted to stop in there, and it's Christmas is right around the corner, so I thought this is a good idea. If I see something that she really likes that she doesn't want to pay for, then
Yeah,
you know.
she might pick it up and be like,
Yeah.
maybe next time. And
Yeah,
then you'll be like,
exactly.
yeah, I'll
You'd be
be.
like,
You
yeah.
let her go to the Starbucks and then you
Yeah.
just go grab it and hide
Yeah.
the Lululemon bag.
Yeah, exactly. So I went in there, but actually I was looking at some of their other like just like regular whatever clothes, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I like the sort of like look that Lululemon has. They're all kind of very simplistic, but the fit is good and the fabric is always
I will
good.
say the
Make your
fit.
butt look great too.
Yeah.
The fit is super nice.
Super
and
nice.
their
Thanks.
their workout specific stuff is very stretchy.
Yes.
And
yes.
For your butt.
it makes
your butt.
movement
Yeah.
feel good. Like
And
you
then-
can move all kinds of
and-
ways in it.
And you know what kind of similarly reminds me to it, which isn't necessarily a workout line or anything, but is like Yeezy. Like they have very like unique shades and colors to them and very specific ways that they make their clothes fit. That I think like I don't know, like I really like all the Yeezy shit, but I just like don't want to spend $400 on a shirt, so I'm not gonna buy it. But you know, if I had the guap like that,
Yeah.
I'd probably get down on some of it.
So you
know?
like? Do you like the boxy look? Then I feel like a lot of Yeezy is like big and it's a little boxy. Not in
Yeah.
a box, not in a bad way, but
Yeah.
it's like more of a square cut
Yeah.
tee. It fits
Yeah.
a certain way.
I don't know, dude. There's something.
No,
there's
yeah, I
something
mean, I
about-
like it.
There's something about
Yeah.
the
Sharp
way that
edges.
they make it. That's
Yeah.
just like I really fuck with it, but
Is there any like top designer brands you like?
not necessarily. Like I think I like some things from all of them.
Yeah,
but I
you're like,
don't-
maybe that.
Yeah, but I don't
yeah.
necessarily look at like all the Louis shit and all the Gucci shit,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh man, dude, I want to buy everything in here. You know what I mean? Like, no, not really. But there are certain things in the past that like I've looked at and I've been like, oh, that's sick as fuck. But
Yeah.
then you like look over to the other mannequin and he's wearing like this tight fit douchey Louis shirt, and I'm like, I would never wear that. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
But you know,
It
like
depends, yeah.
that's kind of how it is like some like I think all of them make a little something that
Yeah.
I like, but I'm not necessarily like, oh dude, if Burberry makes it, it's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not automatically sold on any of them.
Yeah, I don't stand by a brand like that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not like, you make this, I fuck with it. But
Yeah.
I think I have a tech brand, like, I think High Ground. I think anything High Ground puts out, I'm like, it's good.
I'm just like, damn it.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, I already just bought one of your keyboards. I don't want to spend another $170 on another keyboard.
But I might.
But I mean, for me, because I asked a question so I could talk about myself,
Yeah, of course.
obviously. There's one brand that I'm getting really close to spending a lot of money on, and I haven't done it yet, but it's Stone Island. And I don't know if you guys, you've probably seen
Isn't
Stone
that an
Island.
IPA.
It is. No,
Goose
it's
Island.
not. Goose Island and Stone.
Yeah.
It's two IPAs
Two IPAs.
combined.
Holy shit.
They're bitter as fuck,
So
dude.
this is for hipsters.
So Stone Island's like I'd almost say it's right in between like a streetwear brand and a designer brand. But Stone Island makes some
Those
of
are
the
fun.
coolest pants and shorts that I've ever seen in my life. And they're so nice. But their shorts cost about like $200 and their pants cost about $400. And they make a bunch of other cool shirts and jackets and stuff. They're supposed to be a very durable brand too.
Fucked.
Yeah, dude, their prices are they're like
$200 for a beanie?
Yep. So they're like,
yourself.
I would say they're less than like a Louis though, because you go on a Louis, you're gonna pay like $600 for a beanie. So they're less than
$188,
designer,
that's a steal.
but they're a little bit more than like a streetwear brand. But I love the look of their shit. So I really, I'm getting mad close to buying a pair of shorts. Because their shorts they have are gas, but they're like $196 or something.
I do like the way their shit looks.
Dude, yeah, their shit looks, and I like their logo. Their logo's crisp. They recently did a New Balance collab too. Look, that was just on their front page. They put out a pair of 991s, I think it was, and they're actually pretty cool.
911. It was a tragedy.
Yeah, they've been doing super cool shit, and I want to buy their shit, but it's fucking expensive, dude.
That reminds me, 2 days till Pearl Harbor Day. What are you guys gonna do?
Probably like grab a bunch of pearls, throw them into the harbor.
Yeah, that seems like the seasonal thing. To
Yeah,
do.
you know, fake pearls though.
Zach,
Pollute the world.
Grab-
No, don't fucking litter, bitch.
grab
Actually,
grab a bunch of harbors and throw them in a bunch of pearls.
There you go.
nice, dude.
All right, cool.
But yeah, dude, I hate that I like fashion more now though, because now I want to spend money on it.
Yeah.
But I haven't
I've
yet.
been,
I've been a good boy.
You know what your wedding inspired me to do is the fact that I kind of actually
shoes.
really want to, get shoes, yeah, but also I really want to get like a couple suits, and get a couple nice suits because even when I dropped it off, bro,
I just want two.
I think what they said is like, oh, you could take this home for like $280, and I was like, that's not bad at all
for
actually.
a full suit.
Yeah,
3-piece.
but I was like, but internally I was already like, I'm dropping this off. But like I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, man, I'll have to come back in here and get fitted for something else sometime or whatever. But just wearing a nicely fitted suit, it was actually like the first time that I wore a suit, and I was like, this fits me the way it should, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it's like a lot of dress clothes and stuff. I feel like when I put them on, I'm like, I don't really like the way that this is fitting, but you know, like,
I do want to get like probably two suits, like
Yeah.
a nice black one, and then
Ooh.
probably
Yeah.
a gray of some sort or some
Yeah.
maybe a muted color.
yeah, I could.
Yeah,
see
I mean,
that.
you were even talking about shoes for a little bit after the wedding. You were like,
Yeah.
you wanted to look at New Balances and shit, and I was like, hell yeah,
I actually
dude.
have a pair of New Balances open in my browser that I want to buy.
Do you remember what they were?
Yeah, they're open in my browser.
Yeah, dude, let me see.
They're ones that you
One of the
pointed
ones
out to
me or Yala sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Dude, because
ones.
oh yeah, those are the ones I think Yala specifically said. But yeah, 574s. 574s are all New Balances are going to be the most comfortable shoe you ever put on your feet.
Wait, no, it wasn't these ones. It was the other one.
Well, oh, the last color you were just on?
No,
the
other,
gray ones?
No, it was the other shoe. I had two browsers open, but I accidentally closed
So
one.
not
I
the
guess.
574.
I still like those. I like the other ones that you sent me
574s are cool.
better though.
It was either like they were probably 2002s or 990s.
2002 sounds more.
Yeah, it's
more
probably
like it,
2002R.
But anywho, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind a couple more. I almost went and just bought a pair of shoes today, honestly, just for fuck's sake. But then I bought these 2 bottles of
Yeah.
alcohol.
I was scouring for a pair of New Balances all day today. They came out last month, and I missed them. But New Balance put out a new a 991 V2, so it's the first variation of their 991 silhouette, and so it was a brand new silhouette sort of. And the first shoe they dropped for it is like gorgeous, and I've been looking for it because I missed it dropping last month, but nowhere has it, so I'm gonna have to buy them resale. It sucks.
I wanna ask you guys a question. If you could have all your money back on one like specific genre of thing that you've spent money on, what would it be?
Do we keep the stuff or no? We return the stuff.
You keep the stuff.
We keep the stuff.
For example, if I could have all the money that I've ever spent on technology, or all the money that I've ever spent on food, or all the money that I've ever spent on alcohol, if I could just have all that money just come back to me in one lump sum,
I would probably do video games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've spent so much money on video games.
Yeah.
Smite alone.
Dude, I'm probably close to like at least 600 on Smite, and I didn't even play for that long.
Yeah. That's just like an average
It just give me my Overwatch money back.
Yeah.
And I'd be fucking rich, dude. I've said way too much. Yeah, I'd love if I could have my money back on like video games, I would be wealthy as fuck.
And that includes your PC and
either video
consoles.
games or even maybe shoes for me.
Yeah.
Cuz I'd probably spend more money on video games though.
Video games maybe more consistently over a longer period of time, but shoes are bigger ticket items.
Sometimes. I had some decent stuff in my collection. I still do, but for the most part, I think
you sold like how many?
I sold 16 pairs.
How many you got
a couple
left?
weeks ago. I still have like 40 something.
Oh, okay. You're drinking so many shit.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this rum?
The rum's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fire.
I haven't tried it.
It's delicious.
Product of Peru.
It's really good stuff.
Peru.
It's a little sweet.
Beru. That's the phone from One Piece. Gotcha.
It's a little sweet, little funky.
Can you pour me just a taste of that?
If I were to say
Penis.
it is complex and leaves you wanting more, would that be accurate?
No, yeah, I would agree. I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Caramel, molasses, maybe creamy vanilla.
Yeah, molasses for sure. I get a lot of that. It's
Followed
very
by
rich.
Intense smoke.
It's very rich. I don't necessarily get smoke, but it is very rich like molasses to me. And it's got like a funk. It almost tastes like like cooked molasses. So maybe I do see a smoke. Because it kind of does. It tastes like it tastes sugary, but in a good way.
So for some reason, I'm always just hesitant to drink rum neat. But
Why?
I don't know. Like my
Rum
stomach's always
neat's
like,
delish.
and then every time I sip it, I'm like, this is my favorite spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even, I don't even think it's really, it's starting to get close. I do really enjoy a good bourbon. Or just, I can't even say
Scotch
bourbon.
is still my number one right
Just
now.
like whiskey. Blanket statement.
I mean,
whiskey.
if it's just whiskey, then yeah, I would agree.
Because
There's so many whiskeys.
there's
It's
so
like
many,
unfair.
but they're all whiskey.
Yeah, they're all whiskey, but it's like unfair because
Yeah.
there's so many.
Yeah.
Canadian bourbon, Japanese,
Rye,
Irish,
Scotch.
Scotch, rye, fucking single malt blended.
Right.
Dude, there's so many.
Yeah.
Where it's like rum, you know what you're distilling it from every time.
But I think the
It
only
just
reason there
varies in location and
there's so many
age.
different styles of rum. The only reason that there aren't more specific categories of rum is because the rules on rum
Yeah.
are so loose.
Yeah.
It's just, it really all comes down to what color is it. This is considered a dark rum. Why? Because it's dark and it's rum. And that's pretty much it. It's aged in, what's that? Barrels. Bourbon and whiskeys, like every whiskey just has so many rules for it to be considered that type of whiskey. But at the end of the day, it is all whiskey. But they are so vastly different. But they're not also. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
If you're an average consumer and I gave you like 3 whiskeys back to back, you could probably point out the Scotch. But the other ones are probably going to get muddled in there. Anywho.
nah, man, just give them a Speyside Scotch and then they'll be like, this tastes like all the other ones.
Yeah.
It's Islay that fucks everyone up. That's the peaty stuff.
Yeah, I like I like a nice Highland.
Islay is definitely the most peaty, but
I like a nice Highland Scotch.
and that's the crazy part. You could probably taste 4 whiskeys just from Scotch, and then just from Scotland, and they're all gonna taste hella different.
All different, yeah, 4 different parts of Scotland.
Yeah,
which is crazy, because like the Highlands, they usually finish theirs in like sherry casks or some sort of dessert wine cask, and then Islays, they always fucking are just peaty, which means super smoky. Tastes like you're eating a smoke.
dude. Me, Zach, Mano, and Krista went to Lotus Siam when we got back from snowboarding that one day, and they had a Scotch list, and so I asked the guy about a couple of them because they had Lagavulin 16 on the list, but I didn't want to try that because I'd already had it.
Right.
But they had like, I forgot the other 2. They had 2 though that I never had, but I'd seen them.
It was Oban 14.
Oban 14, and then like in.
They called it like the something
The Laddie.
monster. Or
They called it the Laddie.
That's what it is.
Which I had seen both of them, but I'd never physically tasted them. So I asked the guy, I was like, hey, do you happen to know what region these scotches are from? Mm-hmm. And he's like, the server was like, no. And I was like, because if either of them are from Islay, I was like, I'd love to try it. And he was like, I can find out. I was like, yeah, please do. He came back and he was like, yeah, the bartender said neither of those will probably be up your alley. You'll probably like Lagavulin 16. And I was like, yeah, that's my favorite Scotch. So, and he was like, oh, okay. And then we just ended up ordering wine. But yeah, but I was like, if you don't know, you don't know. I get it because
our servers don't know.
I love that
yeah, our servers would have no idea.
I love that you first asked. You were like, which is going to be the most peaty between
and the
these
guy
2?
definitely had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. Yeah.
Most what?
And I was like, kind of like smoky, you know? And he's like, I'll find out for you. He was nice. He just seemed genuinely like interested though. Yeah. He was like, honestly, I don't know, but like, yeah. He's like, I was like, honestly, forget about the Scotch then. I was like, don't even worry about it. I'll just drink wine because they had wine. And then he went and asked anyways because he was like, I wanted to know. And I was like, oh, cool. So, yeah.
That's me whenever somebody asks me a question and I'm like, I don't know, but I should. And then I turn around, I get the answer, and I'm like, now you know. And now so do I.
Also, you know, I had this dude come in when we worked together last, and he asked for a cocktail.
Yes.
It was called a Spicy Daisy or something like that, right?
He's like, it's an old cocktail.
He was like, it's a classic cocktail. Bro, I went and looked it up. It doesn't fucking exist. It's like there was like 3
it was somebody else's craft.
Yeah,
cocktail.
there was 3 posts of it on like Pinterest that were like, this is my Spicy Daisy. But yeah, he went to a different bar, he got a drink, and he tried to tell me it was a classic cocktail. He was like, oh, it's a super old school cocktail. You probably never heard of it.
No,
and I was like,
you drank it 30 years ago at
I didn't.
Applebee's.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it because you fucking drank it at another bar where you can't get it anywhere else.
Can I tell you what goes in my Spicy Daisy?
Yeah, dude, my piss.
3 ounces of Lillet and some jalapeno muddled, you know.
There you go,
Stirred,
Spicy
served
Daisy. Pouring some liquor Strega for Daisy, for daisiness.
Yo,
fun.
Keegan, can I tell you that I stole your cocktail, the Kylie, this week? Most specifically because this lady asked me to make her a. Now, you use
cucumber
gin
martini.
in it, right?
Hmm?
You use gin
Monkey
in it,
47.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, she asked specifically for a vodka, cucumber, mint, limey sort of drink that, you know, and
I
like
think
just
I
wanted to.
have
And I was
something.
like, so yeah. So I don't know specifically what you put in the Kylie, but I used Saint Germain and vodka and
Now
you know,
vodka, but yeah.
And-
Yeah, it's gin
yeah.
instead of vodka, but you made the same
and then
cocktail.
and then I pretty much made the same cocktail. Get this, I drop it off to her. I explained to her what I did in the cocktail because most people want to know when you tell them, you know, like whatever. And so I tell her everything, and then she gets specific. She goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Is there any way that I could get this made without the egg white and on ice and with a straw?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely."
Yeah,
But
why didn't
internally,
you
I was
tell me
sitting
that
here and
the
I'm
first time, bitch?
And I'm like, "You said you're open to anything. So why wouldn't you say that?"
I'm open to anything
Like-
except for I want it to be not served up.
Dude, exactly. And I was like,
To be honest, though, I think that cocktail would be better without egg white, served in a Collins glass with like a spritz of soda water.
yeah. Well,
That's because I've evolved.
it was good either way because I took it to the back and then I had everybody like come back there and straw taste it and they were like, "Holy shit, that's fucking good!" And I was like, "Thanks, I stole it."
Thanks. Tell your kitchen staff I said
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, yeah, it was just an annoying encounter. I mean, who are you to be like, I'm open to anything, and then you bring them anything, and then they're like, actually, I'm not open to anything. I want very specifically
I'm
a
open to
drink
some
that's
things.
on ice with a straw and doesn't have an egg white. And I'm like, you said you were cool with anything. Why?
This was really good. Dude, I've been in a rut with my cocktails lately.
I'm sure you haven't, and you're just being hard on
Yeah,
yourself.
you said that too, and I was like, no, you haven't.
I have. I
You
feel like,
haven't.
and then
You just think
somebody
you
else-
have, but you haven't.
No, but then somebody else that has been drinking a lot of my cocktails, I made them one, and they're like, dude, this tastes like all your other cocktails. I was like, fuck, I know. All my cocktails taste the same to me right now. And I feel like I'm
Just
in a
start
creative
doing
rut.
when you go to make a cocktail and you're like, I should do this. Just do the exact opposite, and it'll probably turn out fine.
That's what I've been doing. I've just been grabbing shit off the shelves and putting it together, and I'm like,
What's your-
this isn't working.
What's your least used spirit?
Tequila. I don't like making tequila
Well, then
drinks.
start making tequila drinks.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Yeah, but start doing it. Make one that you do like.
yeah.
But sometimes when you force yourself to do what you're not necessarily so comfortable with and like don't really want to do, it gives you ideas
I've
in
been
how to play with different ingredients and different, like recipes and proportions and stuff, so
Yeah.
that you could make,
I've been trying to hit
something that's a little different.
hit my cocktail books again because I need just like some sort of new inspiration. And that's why I'm kind of excited, because after we do finish this podcast, we're going to go to a new cocktail bar that our lovely friend Jules is working at a brand new hotel opening up in Vegas called the Durango.
Apparently, it's fucking jam packed right now, though.
Right now?
Yeah.
It is. The
Chris's parents are
opening
there,
day.
and they said it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's the opening day
Yeah.
of the casino.
Tomorrow.
No, today, right now.
They said it was Thursday.
No, it opened
No.
at like
10 a.m.
10
this
a.m.
morning.
today. Yeah.
Huh. Well, we're going to be fucked.
Brian went.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he had dinner at one of the places there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called white something. White sheets.
White people are better.
White sheet. No.
Oh.
What?
It's a restaurant.
No, it's not, Keegan. You racist fuck.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I made 2 new cocktails that we're doing for Christmas in like 3. I made them in like 3 hours.
Both of them are yours?
Yeah, off Danny fucking Instacarting shit.
Yeah.
Danny was just sitting at the bar, and Jomar comes up to me and Rudy and goes, "Hey, we got this new cocktail menu coming in." And so they're putting a QR code on it that they can change
They showed
whenever
me.
they want, right? So Jomar was like, he was like, "You and Rudy make one Christmas cocktail each." He was like, "And we'll put it on the menu." And so I was sitting there, and Danny was there, and I was like, "Dude, I'd love to make something like minty or marshmallowy," but I was like, "We don't carry anything like that. No peppermint, nothing. No, I don't got any sweet shit other than chocolate flavored things."
Yeah.
Danny was like, "All right, what do you need?" And he pulled up his Instacart. He just added he's just like, "I'm gonna add a bunch of Christmas shit." So he just started adding hella shit. And then some dude came and dropped off like bags of groceries at the bar because we were hella slow last night. I only made $100.
Ooh.
That was fucking ass. So I just sat there and made
I only
cocktails.
made like $100 in the morning too. So.
Yeah, I just sat there and made cocktails for like 3 hours, and we eventually got to the 2 that I made. Rudy was like,
That
"Oh, I
sounds
think
like my perfect shift.
Rudy was like, "I think I have one, but I'll have to wait until tomorrow because it has Fireball in it because I used to make it." And
You brought it in today, yeah.
yeah, and so but Jomar and Danny were like, "No, we're gonna put it on the menu tonight."
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll just make 2. So I made like one of them was the
hot toddy thing.
The hot toddy thing is pretty good.
But that, dude, that was gonna. I had like.
What was your hot toddy cocktail? You didn't tell me.
It wasn't a hot toddy as much as it was more of a
Hot thotty.
hot mint julep.
Fuck, dude, I'm gonna get bricked up right now.
So it was mint, and then my honey chai syrup, and then bourbon, and then hot water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so the only reason we did cranberry and cinnamon was we were trying to make it
And lemon.
Christmas.
Yeah.
cranberry and
So
cinnamon
you
are very
said
Christmas.
one heaping scoop of cranberry. Are we talking like cranberry sauce?
Yes.
Oh.
Danny got cranberry sauce from the store, so
Okay.
we fucking uncorked some cranberry sauce, put a scoop of that in. So what I did, I put the scoop of cranberry, the lemon juice, the whiskey, and the honey in a shaker tin, and you shake that with no ice, because if you don't, the cranberry sauce doesn't dissolve in the hot water itself.
Right.
It stays chunky.
Solid,
So
yeah.
you got to just shake it and then pour it into the mugs, the hot water, the hot toddy mugs we have, and then just set it there, and the server can
Smells
go.
great.
The server can go fill it with hot water, and then you just can grate cinnamon on top real quick.
Oh, I think because when I made that hot mint julep for Marcello, and he really liked it.
I mean, that sounds
And-
delicious.
I mean, yeah, it's simple, but it was really good. Really, I was just trying to do something with a honey chai syrup I made. But he was like, "What if we just gave you like a thermos behind the bar?" And you
Yeah, I
just
mean,
pour
we
hot-" I was
have a
like-
hot water thing,
Yeah.
coffee pot
And I
thing.
was like, honestly, we would probably make at max.
Yeah, we'll make
5 a
like
night.
5 to 10 a shift, maybe.
Max.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't really order hot cocktails.
No, but they're good. Like,
good.
honestly, after I made that cranberry one, though,
Untapped market.
I took it because my food came up, and I took it and I drank it with my food because I was like, this is kind of fire.
Hell
And then the other one I made was really good just because it tasted like marshmallows.
Yeah, it was, and you used Liquor 43 and
Liquor 43 chocolate,
okay.
the Bystron white chocolate, so
Right.
just did 3/4 ounce of each, then an ounce and a half of Buffalo Trace,
Mm-hmm.
and then an ounce and a half of marshmallow syrup that we made with
How did you
marshmallow
make them?
fluff.
Oh, so you did
So
marshmallow
a
fluff
little
in?
bit of hot water,
Uh-huh.
and then Danny made it in the back, but he told me how. So a little bit of like you boil the water, then you just put the marshmallow fluff in it,
Right.
and you just start adding a little bit of milk just to keep dissolving it, until it's like a syrup.
We need,
That's
And then we put
super
it in
measurements.
Yeah, and then we put it in a squirt bottle just so you just got to shake it up a bunch before you use it, or because it kind of separates a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
But you shake it up a bunch, and then it literally is like liquid fluff. Like it's even liquidier than fluff, And you just put an ounce and a half of that in there, and then you shake it up, and it tasted fire. And then around the rim, Danny found these like gingerbread sprinkles, and they literally taste like concentrated gingerbread snap or ginger snap cookies
sounds
almost.
so-
He
That
brought
sounds
like
delicious.
some
And it was
gingerbread
pretty
heaps for garnish or whatever.
No, those were for experiment, but I was like, we're not putting that on
I'm
a
not
fucking
touching-
cocktail.
I'm
I was
not
like, that's
touching
fucking
these.
gross, dude.
Yeah, get that out of
Yeah,
here.
I was like, why'd you even buy these?
I got
She's
upset
like,
when I
don't
saw
know.
it. Yeah.
I tried to
I
make
did. I got mad.
I tried to make like a peppermint cocktail with the peppermint sticks by muddling them,
Yeah.
but you don't get nearly enough peppermint flavor out of them. Like I put 3 in a cocktail, and I was like, it's still not enough.
Crush them.
Rumplemans.
Use it as a rim.
Yeah,
That's what I was-
that's what I should do, because I made one, and these 3 guys sitting in front of me were like, they're like, can we try that? And I was like, yeah, dude, it's fucking extra. And one
Honestly-
guy was like, I love this, and I was like, it's yours, buddy. I was like, go for it.
If you maybe do like the marshmallow cream around the rim, and then
Yeah,
dip
we were
that in the
we were
peppermint.
thinking about that too. But like I said, Danny was just like, I'm taking pictures. We're doing it tomorrow. And I was like, dude.
Why is there such a time crunch?
Yeah,
right
I was
now?
like, why? I was like, dude, I literally just spitballed 2 things off the top of my head.
For real. Dude, and let me get a lick in. Fuck, I want a cocktail on the menu.
What do you have 2?
I want another.
What do you guys think is maybe one of your most underrated cocktails? Not like yours, but just in general, like in the cocktail world, you're like, man, that's fire. That doesn't get the recognition that it deserves.
Naked and Famous is great.
Yeah, those are
Um,
good. Actually, I made one just the other night for a Mano downstairs.
I mean, in our bar specifically, a paper plane. I wish that was on the menu, because that's just I think it's just my favorite cocktail.
Paper planes are fire.
I like a Sazerac more than an
Paper
old
planes are
fashioned.
getting ordered more and more often, though,
Yeah,
for sure.
They're pretty popular.
Yeah.
I can't say they're underrated.
I think Sazeracs are underrated.
I
though,
think
I was
Sazeracs
gonna
are
say
underrated.
Sazeracs.
Yeah.
Not enough people order Sazeracs. If you like old fashions or Manhattans, order a Sazerac. You'll fucking love that shit.
It's a but in
It's
the
just
same
fire.
vein, like a Vucare.
Vucares are fire.
But I like a Sazerac more than a
Vucares
Vucare.
are very close to Manhattans, though. They're just like a sweeter Manhattan, though.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the
brandy.
brandy or cognac in the Benedictine.
Yeah.
But they're still fire. I mean, their Vucares are fire.
Yeah, any equal parts cocktail they're my favorite to make. I think they're delicious. I haven't.
Spirit forward cocktails are the best, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
super biased, but
Yeah.
they're the
I mean, we
best.
all are. That's what it is. That's what an opinion is.
Because
yeah,
when
I
you
guess.
can bring the flavors out of a spirit and make like
Something better.
it's still like all you can taste, but it's just complemented. Like that's the best.
It's
man.
got to be better than the sum of its parts.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, I think a lemon drop is great, but
fine.
it's like
fine.
it's like you're drinking juice. You're not appreciating any part of the cocktail.
Yeah, it's fine.
You just made something that tastes like juice.
Yeah.
So it's good. People love to drink it because, yeah, why wouldn't you? It's alcohol flavored, it's juice flavored
It's
alcohol.
juice. Yeah.
But, like, you're not showcasing the spirit at all. Like,
Right.
it's not, it's
There-
it's nothing cool.
There's
It's
making
like a lemon
cocktails
drop.
for the masses, and then there's making cocktails for people who like to drink.
But the thing is, with those, even with certain spirit forward cocktails, you can make those for the masses for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make a spirit forward cocktail that like anyone could appreciate.
Yeah.
Like what?
Dude, I think if you like, I made a lighter version of a Negroni recently, and I gave it to 3 different people at the bar, and all 3 of the people liked it.
What do you mean lighter?
So I did gin, I did Monkey 47, I did Aperol instead of Campari, and I did Montenegro instead of sweet vermouth.
Oh, okay.
So it makes it a little sweeter and lighter. It's not as heavy and bitter when you take a sip of it. And like I had 3 different people who like, one guy I knew for a fact was going to like it. And the other 2 people I served it to, I was like, they're either going to be like, yeah, or they're going to enjoy it, but they both enjoyed it.
I love Aperol a lot.
That sounds to me like a better version of a Negroni.
Yeah, see, some people, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just more of a mass appeal version of Negroni.
Yeah, because it's like even sometimes sometimes
And
I
you
can
still taste the
appreciate
gin.
sometimes
No,
I can
it's
appreciate a cocktail, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna like order it again.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Those
Because
are actually
sometimes-
my favorite cocktails.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm in the mood to have an old fashioned, but then other times I'm in the mood to have a Kylie, something that is just like really easy drinking and like mellow, and
But yeah, there's
it's
a-
not,
yeah.
like sometimes I'm not in the mood for a spirit forward cocktail, even though I
100%.
really like them. So it's like at the same time, those cocktails are just as important to have something that's like, you're not always going to be in a spirit forward cocktail kind of mindset.
No, there's
you
a
know,
time and a
sometimes,
place for
yeah.
everything for sure.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
if I'm on a beach in fucking
Yeah.
California, I'm not gonna have a fucking
that.
Manhattan.
You want
I'm
that
gonna
pina
order a pina
colada,
colada
bro.
or
You
a
want that.
daiquiri or a you know.
Yeah.
I want something fruity,
Something fruity and
juicy,
sweet. To just get my
sweet,
crunk
some
on,
with passion
you know?
fruit, mate. You know,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want a fucking old fashioned
Yeah.
when it's 100 degrees outside,
Yeah,
and
bro.
you know, like that's not a good time.
I'll still drink one. Give me
Yeah,
that.
I definitely will.
I
I'm not
just
a
don't
bitch,
want
but like,
one.
yeah, I don't want it. I want some, like, honestly, give me a lemon drop then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'll
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
up a
it.
lemon drop when it's hot outside and fucking, but like, especially during the winter, I feel like whiskey is just like the move.
It is.
Spirit forward just the move because it warms. It literally makes you warm.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want that?
It makes you warm and it makes you happy.
So let me throw a couple cocktails at you, and you tell me if it's underrated or overrated.
Bet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's.
Can we also do rated? It's
Yeah.
just correctly.
It is rated.
It's placed where it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Overrated.
say Irish coffee.
It had its time.
I think it's underrated.
Low key.
I think Irish coffee is the perfect coffee beverage.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather have, it's controversial, I'd rather have an Irish coffee than an espresso martini.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel that.
Yeah, because to me, I can taste the spirit in an Irish coffee.
Yeah.
You can't taste it in an espresso martini.
Yeah.
Rated.
I think rated's
okay.
pretty close. I think it's just
Yeah.
a little underrated.
Yeah.
If I
slightly
were
underrated.
favorite coffee drink though, a Carajillo. That's underrated.
Yeah.
It's starting to get
Yeah, Carajillos are pretty popular now.
starting to get
Yeah.
overrated
Yeah.
though. It's gonna be overrated real quick.
Yeah.
But I still love it
Those are fire, though.
I'm
yeah,
just
those are
upset.
fire.
because I feel like I've loved Liquor 43. This is just me being
Before
a bitch.
everyone,
Yeah,
I'm
this
the
is-
original.
I'm the guy. No, I just have always loved Liquor 43, but now I'm seeing it in so many recipes, specifically online.
Dude,
like
I'm
on
not gonna
TikToks
lie
and
though.
stuff.
Rudy has been putting Carajillos on the map for a long time at
Yeah.
Norris, bro.
Oh, I
for as
believe
long
it.
as I've worked with him, anytime someone's like espresso martini, he's like, no. Carajillo. And they're like, whatever.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's better. I don't even think that's an opinion. I think
But
that's
yeah,
just a
Liquor
fact.
43, man. You're the guy. You're the Liquor
Shut
43
up.
guy,
It's
dude.
me.
It's Keegan.
I just like
Liquor 43, sponsor this man.
I really do put it in like a shit ton of my cocktails though.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
delicious.
Liquor 43 and Orgeat. I just use that shit all the time.
And their chocolate liqueur is fantastic if you haven't tried it.
actually
It's so
is
good.
Really, when we got it in the bar, they're like, they make a chocolate liqueur. I was like, I trust nobody else more.
Dude, it's so good.
All right, I got another one.
All right.
Martinis.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Like we're talking straight up stirred martinis.
Yeah, just like a martini.
Gin or vodka.
You don't like
Either
it. You're
one.
an alcoholic.
Tell me both then.
Gin is underrated. Vodka's overrated. But even still, I think martinis in general are.
Ah,
overrated.
man. Part of me wants to say it's fine. I do think there are some people that drink them that don't like that. Like, dirty martinis are overrated. You're just drinking olive juice. You're fucking disgusting. You're gross. You just want something salty and briny,
Couldn't agree.
which I get because I mean,
Drink my cum.
I like pickle juice. Don't get me wrong. So like, I get it. I also saw some dude make a pickle juice martini instead of like an olive juice martini, and I was like, I'd rather drink that.
I'd rather-
than
yeah,
fucking-
low key.
But then that's just me wanting to drink pickle juice, though. Even me,
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to drink that because I know it'll taste like pickle juice.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink it because it's gonna taste like vodka.
Yeah, no.
So people just drink straight up vodka martinis. Fucking gross. And for me, even gin, I think that's a little overrated too. Because honestly, I feel like tonic water really is like a perfect complement for gin because it doesn't take away from the gin. If anything, it adds to it and brings out a lot of the flavor. So if you really want to appreciate a gin, I think you either you just try a little bit neat or you order a gin and tonic.
yeah.
I think
I don't think you order a gin martini. I think a gin martini is still like torture to some extent.
if somebody asks me for vermouth in a martini, I'm like, I respect you.
Yeah, because you're at least trying to make you want it
You
to
want
be
a
a
martini.
cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want an actual cocktail.
You don't want just 3 ounces of cold
Can I-
vodka.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you that the other day I had a lady and she asked me for a dirty gin martini, and then she asked for just a splash of that vermouth, and then her husband was like, "Yeah, the sweet vermouth," and I was like,
Uh-oh.
You sure about that?
And I was
You
like-
sure about that? That's
and I was
not why.
like, and I was like, the sweet vermouth. Cause I'm just taking your order,
Right.
you know what
This
I
is
mean?
what you
Like
ordered.
I'm like, well, okay, but he was like, yeah, the sweet one, and I was like, okay.
You should have been like
Absolutely.
the red sweet vermouth. It's dark in color. You mean that
was
one,
like-
right?
This bottle
I mean,
right
you
here.
can't do that though because you don't want to make them look
Dude,
stupid. You don't want to
exactly.
be like,
That's-
yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
That's my thing. Is it's like it's not crazy for somebody to order something that sounds a little strange, but that's what they like and they know what they're talking
Some
about.
people order weird
So-
shit, dude.
So I was just like, okay, and a splash of the sweet vermouth. Okay, yes, but like in my setting, especially, I'm like, I don't want to offend anybody. So I was like, okay, yeah, absolutely, splash of sweet vermouth. But like that's how it came
and then
out.
you
I was
go and
like,
you made it. Did they like it? Were they
I
like,
mean, yeah, she
Okay.
drank it and she ate the olives and everything.
right.
So I was like, yeah, all right, cool, man.
But
But
there are
but
times-
internally, I was just sitting there and I was like, man, are they sure that they didn't? Are they sure that they didn't mean the dry vermouth?
know that you ordered this wrong. I know
Yeah.
you ordered it
yeah,
wrong.
dude. Sometimes when that happens, though, I just make it. I'm
Yep.
like, all right, you order it. I make it and
Yeah.
I give it to him, and then I watch him take a sip and go. And I'm like, yeah, I know you were gonna do that, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's fun being right sometimes.
So I was just like, all right.
But yeah, dude, I've
gotcha.
gotten some like tickets printed out, and I look at it and I have to go ask the server. I'm like, are you sure this is what they want? Like,
Yeah.
you rang in, this is exactly what they want, because it looks disgusting. And then sometimes they're like, yeah, and sometimes they're like, oh, let me go check. And I'm like, you should go, check, because they probably don't want this shit.
Like anytime somebody orders a Don Julio 1942 margarita, I'm like, are you sure?
Are you sure you want a $30? Yeah,
for
like a
this?
$35 fucking margarita, because like they probably don't.
I was like, I'll make it, but just so you know, we don't have regular.
You know what's
Don
my
Julio.
least favorite thing people ask for? A top shelf Long Island. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm like, I'm gonna
Okay.
charge you $40 for a Long Island, and you're not gonna know the difference what I put in it.
Yeah.
You're a moron.
Yeah, make me a
You're
top
dumb.
shelf and then make me a regular Long Island.
Then you won't know.
Yeah, what do you do? Oh, but now we have that Fever Tree Cola. So boom, top shelf.
Oh, are we using that now?
I don't know, but if somebody asked me for a top shelf, I'd run upstairs and grab it just to be that guy.
Dude, so fucking dumb.
All right, I got one more here.
Okay.
What about a Cosmo?
I think they're underrated.
Yeah, I love a Cosmo.
Cosmopolitan is just an upgraded vodka cranberry. It tastes way better, dude.
Way better.
It's fire. Cosmopolitans are fire.
If I could
underrated.
step it up another notch, I like an Applejack or a Jack Rose more than a Cosmo. But that's being kind of niche and weird, and not everybody.
Yeah, I think Cosmos probably get a bad rep because people are like, "Oh, it's just Cosmopolitan." No, bro, it's just fire.
It's
dude.
a good cocktail.
Yeah, it's a super solid cocktail.
And it's one of the most influential cocktails in cocktail history because it's kind of what brought us out of the drought of like the 70s and 80s is when they finally made Cosmos, and they're like, "This is the one redeemable cocktail
Cosmos
out
are
of
fire, dude."
This is when they were making fucking Sexes on the Beach and Screwdrivers and Harvey Wallbangers and everything that's just kind of like dog shit. And then a Cosmo comes, and it unfortunately comes at this time of all these terrible cocktails, so people kind of disrespect it because that just wasn't a good era for good drinks. But it's a delicious.
Yeah, Cosmos are
cocktail.
fire, dude. Underrated. More
Especially
people
if you
should
make
order
it right.
Yeah, dude. A well-made Cosmos, like I could drink 12 of them. And I'd be hammered off my ass.
I didn't know that the original recipe has always been Absolute Citron, though.
Oh, I didn't either.
Yeah.
I thought it was just vodka.
No.
But I mean, I like it with Citron anyways. It tastes better.
I actually learned that from Drink Masters, where they brought the guy who invented the Cosmo
that.
on.
I remember that.
He's like, and it's Absolute Citron and Cointreau. It's always been Absolute Citron and Cointreau. So
Interesting.
there you go.
Cool. All right. Well,
Yeah,
I
dude.
think that sort of wraps it up. We're at an hour here, right?
Green tea shots overrated. Still good though.
Yeah, Jameson orange. Put Jameson orange in
Gummy
that
bear
base.
shots.
That
Go
shit's
fuck
fire.
yourself.
I don't even know what's in that shit.
It's a green tea shot, but vodka instead of Jameson.
Oh, black.
Exactly. You don't get a name.
I took a shot of Jameson orange last night. I had it chilled. It was delicious.
And here's a fun fact: the guy who invented the cable car, which is just a sidecar with spiced rum instead of brandy, he comes to our restaurant semi-frequently.
Yeah, every so often.
But the owner of our restaurant is like pulling to get the cable car put on the menu. And he's like, well, because sometimes he comes in and it's one of the most popular cocktails.
Yeah,
I was like, stop tugging his dick. He changed one thing. You changed one thing.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes all you have to do is.
I mean,
change
if you
one
think
thing.
about
Don't
it-
think you're the best bartender in the world because you changed one thing.
I mean, a Cosmopolitan is just a margarita, but you changed one thing.
Shut up.
You
No
just took-
cranberry juice.
No, yeah, you take out agave, you put in cranberry juice. It's Cosmopolitan.
Vodka.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's
Two
just
things.
base spirit, modifier, lime juice, other thing.
Yeah, it's
They're
a
just-
simple
they're like,
recipe.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a simple recipe.
That's like half the classic cocktails that
Yeah.
exist are that recipe.
Everything's been done.
It's orange liqueur and then
And then something.
3 other things.
Yeah.
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 Well,
All right. Well, we're going to go to a bar.
We're gonna if Jules makes a shitty cocktail, dude, I'm gonna roast her ass.
Oh, I'm going to roast her ass so hard. Somebody, yeah, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah, we'll talk about this
All
on the
right,
next episode of the podcast.
You guys have a good night, huh?
Yeah.
And you stay classy,
San Diego,
and Vegas, and what else?
Carson City, stay classy.
Yep. Stay on meth, Carson.